Hello guys, Zion Van Holten here again, and today, I'm doing two videos in one day. Um, so today I'm going to talk about advertising photography. Advertising photography are the ones that you mostly see on commercials when they have pictures, or you see in magazines that are products that are being shown. This is people that work with big companies that work with for promoting their products. For example, like you can use, for example, Ford. When they take their pictures, they make sure the car looks good, clean condition, make sure everything's good, no scratches, nothing wrong with it, make sure it's washed down. And some other examples are, you could say, clothing. Clothing, they have their models try on the clothes and make sure the model is looking great, and make sure the model doesn't have the shirt's like completely straight, there's no wrinkles in it, because it makes the product look a lot better, and it makes people want to buy the product. Because in advertising, you're basically advertising a product that you want to sell to your people that wants to buy the product. And for example, if I was going to sell a shirt to this shirt to teenagers, how I would want the shirt to look really clean. I want it to fit me well. I want it because when people see that, they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, it fits the person well," and I really want that, because you want to buy into their take of, "Oh my gosh, I want that," rather than this, because in the end, these people are always in competition. So when you're doing advertising photography, make sure that your background is very basic, because you don't want too much in the background, because when you have too much in the background, it draws away from the product. And drawing away from the product makes people less interested and don't want the product, because they're more interested in the background. They're like, "Oh well, I like this other product because I knew what that product was, because I've seen that product, because it drew to my attention." And basically that's all what advertising photography is, drawing to their attention. So step one, what you're gonna want to do is find the product that you want to take a picture of, or advertising. If it's yours, take a pic. Make sure you have it cleaned, and make sure it's in mint condition. Nothing in bad condition. If it's bad condition, then no one's gonna want it. Just think about it with you. If you're gonna go into a store, would you really want something that's bad? Or if you've seen something on TV and you're like, "Oh, that's bad," you're gonna say it, right? And you're not gonna want to buy it. So keep that in mind. So once you have your product nice and clean and mint condition, choose your setting. If it's gonna be clothing, I recommend like going to the park or something like that, or you can go to like the city, because the cities are really good for like clothing photography, because it shows like it's comfortable to wear out and stuff like that, because you can wear it anywhere. Like even walking through nature, going through nature, like, "Oh wow, it looks really nice," and I'm guessing it's because people were like, "I'm guessing it's comfortable because this person's wearing it everywhere." And then if you're doing like like hair products and stuff like that, I recommend a very basic background, like white, black, or teal, or something like that. Something that you could just use for a basic color, solid color for your product, so your product can stand out. And then after you have your product in mint condition, you found out what you're going to do with the background, with your location and stuff like that, start experiencing with different positions of the product or model, if it is the clothing that you're advertising. Because if you have different, because lighting is very important in these. You don't want any shadows really to face over the product, that because shadows draws and kills a photo. So you want to make sure your photo is well lit, no shadows, because it makes the photo look 100 times better when you don't have shadows in these types of photos, because it makes it look cleaner. It draws more attention to the viewers, so they can know exactly what they're getting to, and straight to the point, because that's what people like to see, straight to the point. And once you figure out your lighting and everything, there's no shadows, then you're gonna want to start taking a couple headshots to see what your settings are, figure out which is best for you, like you want. And make sure when you're doing the ones with solid color, you don't want the background in focus. You want your product's name that is in focus in cleanest way. You don't want it to be too blurry. You don't want it to be blurry at all. You want it to focus where it's clean, where people can read it, so then it could draw more attention to you, and it could make them want that product because they're like, oh, I can see the name of it if they wanted to go buy it. So after that, you got a couple test shots. I recommend doing like 100 pictures of the product, and then moving, like changing out backgrounds and stuff like that. Play with different backgrounds, so you can have a variety if you want to put on the website that you have, that you're advertising for, and stuff like that. And after that, and then you can go do some edits to it, and I will do a Photoshop. I'll do a Photoshop in my website, where you can go at ziphotography.com, and yeah, then once you have that, you're good to go.